Okay, hi, we're back. One thing that I wanted to present to this audience, is especially, is that a little bit of reverb? Is kind of a juxtaposition between an agent of vast years of experience and accolades and accomplishment, such as Lou, who does work within an established and credible relationship-based referral network, how that is compared to receiving leads from a zip code and paying for that versus not paying for that. And I wanted to, get Lou's experience. I said to her offline, well, what if all your referral-based businesses just kind of jumped off a bridge and left you alone? How has been your experience with the Zillow, Zillow leads up to this point?
Well, as I mentioned before, I just signed up for an enhancement for Zillow last week. Maybe it's a week already. And in the past week, I have had at least 4 or 5 Zillow requests. I have answered them within an hour. Maybe some of them I've answered within 10 minutes. And no one has called me back. No one has responded, basically. And one of them was in the Bronx, which I don't know how they got me from the Bronx for a co-op, but most of the leads right now have been co-ops and maybe a condo. That's it. But nothing has materialized. Now, as I said to you, I committed for 1 year, and I'm going to see what happens with Zillow.
How about other members of your office? Are they doing it?
Yes, there are people in my office that have also signed up for this Zillow. They've been doing it for longer than me, and I had spoken to them before I decided to take the leap, and they told me that they absolutely have gotten leads, good leads, a listing, a big listing in Larchmont, and a big sale in Larchmont. So if that occurs, then it's worth the money that I'm spending to do it.
I see. And it's based on what? Zip codes? You're buying several?
Yes, I bought zip codes, correct.
In Larchmont?
Larchmont and Mamaroneck.
Okay, that's your sweet spot.
That's my area,
I know that.
Mostly my area.
Well, that's really the conundrum. Do you pay for leads? And it must, what would you think about someone coming from a lead of your own listing? Would you think that's weird? That's my own listing, and through my own intellectual property, I put it on the MLS. The relationship is mine for 19 years, and now someone wants to buy the house from Zillow, and they want to charge me for it. What do you think?
I don't like it.
But you're doing it.
I don't want to. Yes.
If your listing appears in your zip code, then if I'm right, you'd get a lead from
Zillow.
From
But
Zillow.
if I sold it myself, then it would be the list and sale side.
I got
the
it.
Transaction.
Sure, but I mean, even on a small scale, you're still paying for a lead, which is a game changer for all experienced professionals like yourselves that never had to in the past.
Correct.
I mean, normally what would happen? They'd call your newspaper ad, right?
Well, yes.
In the day,
they would,
years
in
ago.
the day, but that is just so
That's
antiquated now. Yes,
right.
it is.
I mean, I think anyone normal is not looking at a newspaper ad.
No ads, basically. No ads, basically. I mean, it's all online referrals and referrals from people that in the business.
Well, that's doing business with you like, you trust.
Or past people that you've represented who give your name out all the time.
And they should be your biggest advocates. Those
they are
that
my biggest
support
advocates.
you. That makes perfect sense. And this, Lou, as you know, is going to be the topic for our August meeting.
Right.
We have people from, of course, our own group. We have some ringers from out of state. We have some people with a particular interest in this topic who are coming to aid and abet the conversation. We had an interview with Phil Ferrana, the president of our HEAR MLS, who gave some really candid information on what he believes is the strength and the necessity for these syndicators, and he gave a great showing himself. So, back to REVamp. This is really what we like to do. We're just fortunate that we have access to the studio and we can interview esteemed professionals like yourself. But I believe that within the context, hashtag, which we talked about, of social learning, hashtag social learning, it's a chance for people to succeed in their business by learning with and from each other. You have all that fantastic experience. I have many, many topics to discuss with you, and that you'd have a real great source of information and wisdom regarding the topics we cover in REVamp. Let me know if you could. What's been your, we're doing the 7 or 8 months now, your impression of REVamp and its benefits?
I love going to a REVamp meeting because I love the energy in the room. I love that we can disagree And I love how passionate people are about what they believe in. And I love arguing with you, Scott.
I know that. I get it. But I mean, listen, you and a few others are the peoples I would spend my time even giving my opinion. But I don't think that this would be the case if this was a group of employees. I think that because everyone is an independent contractor, a fiduciary, licensed, they are more strongly held convictions.